Alright everyone, hi. Today we're going to be looking at creating a Year 10 multimedia project called Rig the Pig. And we're going to use Blender to sculpt the pig, animate the pig, and set it up in a little environment. So let's just get started. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up a new layout, and I'm going to just set it up to sculpting layout. And then I'm gradually going to add the tabs that I'm going to need to use as time goes along. Alright, so when we start with the sculpting layout, this is organic modeling. So we're going to be looking at just using this stock standard sphere and then turning it into a little piggy. Okay, so let's just get started, shall we? Now I'm going to go over here and use my grab tool first. If you go ahead and right click on your object, you'll have the options of changing the radius and the strength. Now if you go ahead and change radius, you'll notice there's two dots because we have symmetry turned on, which is going to be helpful for you guys as you're modeling this project, because your pig will be fully symmetrical. If you need to turn off the symmetry at any given time, it will be over here in your tools control. So over there where your active tools and workspace will be, just down near the bottom, they call it third from the bottom, sorry. I'm going to click on symmetry, and then you can turn off and turn on as many of the symmetries as you want. Alright. Alright, so I got my grab tool, and if I just rotate it, I'm going to point X towards you, so we're going to call this the face or the front. If you go ahead and pull upwards, you'll see that you begin to distort the mesh to your desired look. Control Z just to undo that. Come back in, I'm going to arrange it up. Now, I'm going to probably start with my feet, so I'm starting down here. What I'm going to do is just going to gently pull out and have a look. That to me doesn't seem right, because I want my little piggy to be sort of cute and cartoonish. So I'm just going to go ahead and Control Z that, and then choose a bit of a larger radius. I haven't touched the strengths just yet because I'm just sort of experimenting with the desired look. Now that to me looks like nice legs, I guess you can say. So I'm just going to rotate it over and have a look. Yeah, that's looking not too shabby. I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the back legs. Just go ahead and pull that down as well. Just grab and pull. Alrighty, click and rotate over here. Now I'm using this to rotate, but you're better off using the center mouse click, which is the wheel in most mice. So you click and rotate so you can actually move your object around. So pulling out the legs gives us that sort of look. It's going to be a little short, stubby little piglet. Alright, I'm going to look at doing the nose now. Now using a different tool. So before we use the grab tool, I'm going to go ahead and use the blob tool. And you can turn off symmetry for this, but I'm going to use symmetry still on because I'm just going to line the dots up roughly in the center so I know that we're in the middle of the actual pig itself. A few clicks, I'm not doing too much here. Maybe push it to the side so it goes more of a wider profile until you have something that looks like that. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and use my flattening tool and just flatten the front of it a bit. Now all I'm doing once again is just clicking. I'm not really moving the mouse around too much. Rotating just to making sure that I'm getting that nice sort of flattened piggy nose. You know, with cartoons, it's all about the nuances, the exaggeration of features. So yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Just put some music in the background here. Just there we go. Something chill to relax to while we model our little piggy friend here. Alright, so once again, I'm going to go ahead to my grab tool now, and I'm going to go ahead and make the ears. Now, all I'm going to do is just pull up just a little bit. Just rotate it, see if we're getting the desired sort of positioning for the ears. Now, look guys, there's no real right or wrong with this. It's really whatever you like. So just play around with it and get something that makes you happy. So I'm going to pull that up and go, yeah, that's not too bad, but I haven't got much room for the eyes. Now I can have those little small beady eyes if I wanted to, but I'm going to go for the big googly eyes. So I'm going to need some room for that. So I'm going to probably come out a little wider, pull up, and that to me looks like a good good location. Now I'm going to do it from the front view. I'm just going to keep pulling upwards, rotate again, pull outwards towards the front until you get something that looks like that. That's not too bad. Alright, okay, now I'm going to go back to my blob tool here, click on that. Now over here you'll notice that we have an add and subtract. Now if I click on subtract and then just change the radius of the brush just a tiny bit, you know, like so. Alright, now we can actually start removing, well not removing, you're pushing inwards. Now all I'm doing is clicking and just gently moving my mouse around to create that sort of indent ear cavity as you would. Alright, you don't need to go over the top with this, just a nice gentle few clicks here and there. Then you get something that sort of looks like that. Yeah, not too bad. Right, so now with the eyes, once again I'm gonna use my blob tool, but I'm gonna add this time. Just sort of line it up to where you want it to be, and I'm just gonna click a few times. Didn't change the brush size because I'm just gonna use the same, just gently blob it around until I get divots like that, or bumps like that I should say. Then I'm gonna go to my subtract, and I'm just gonna bring my radius down just a tad bit, and then give that a go. Now I'm just moving the mouse around. Now it's gonna look a bit weird, a little bit scary, but that's fine because we're just making the cavities where the eyeballs are gonna be, and I'm gonna use spheres for that. Alright. Now you don't want to do it push too hard, otherwise you start distorting the mesh a bit too much. If you get that happening, you can use your smoothing tool just to smoothen it back out a bit. But it doesn't really matter because you're putting spheres inside there anyway. Now if you want to make the eyes a bit bigger, by all means go for it. Like I said, there's no real rules about how big or how small these need to be. Alright, make sure I'm back on subtract. Probably make my radius a little bit larger than what I got here. Alright, let's gently just move it around until I get something like that. Cool. Now you can, like I said, have bigger eyes so you get it really super cartoonish. I'm just going to go with these small little beady eyes for this study project, and that'll be fine. Once again, I'm going to use my blob tool. I'm going to use my subtract, but this time I'm going to be using it just for the nose holes, and I'm just going to click a few times until you get that. Now don't worry about all these, you know, polygons that you're seeing here, all the subdivisions. When we hit the shade smooth, it will smoothen it all out for us so you get a nicer looking pig. Now it's really a relatively quick project to model the pig. You can extend it by just keep detailing it, telling the students, you know, adding a little bit of extra features, maybe focusing on making little hooves and a few other bits and pieces, maybe flatten out the belly if you want to, but for the sake of getting started, we'll just quickly go through this sculpting process. Now I'm going to come around the back here where I'm going to go ahead and add a tail. Now I'm going to just use my grab tool, oh no, sorry, not a grab tool, sorry, the snake hook tool. I'm just going to click on that, and what I'm going to do is make a little grab and just pull it out gently, just so we can get a little nub like that. Then I'm going to use my grab tool, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab that and pull it out. Alright. Nothing too dramatic, nothing too crazy, just something simple. Increase the radius just a tad bit, and then we're going to go back in and pull a little bit more, like so. Then go and grab my smoothing tool, and I'm going to go ahead and change the brush size again, just bring it down a little bit, and I'm just going to smooth around the edges here, just a tad. Alright, get a little nub, like so. Now we're going to put an armature on our pig, so we're actually going to animate it with bones. So you can basically put a bone in the tail, in the legs, in the ears, and in the nose, and make it all wiggly. Alright, that's for this lesson. On the next one, we'll be focusing on adding in the eyes and actual armature as well. So I'll catch you on the next one, guys. See ya.